Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Maxine Rose of CBS 21 News. Thank you so much for joining us. I am in Manheim Borough. I'm at the intersection of Mill Street and Hazel Street. And take a look behind me. You can see what we're seeing from here. There's so much flooding on this road right now, and so many neighbors who are clearing out the water from their basement. And in fact, we spoke with a neighbor here. We have him right next to us, Matt here. Matt, tell us what this has been like for you since last night's heavy rains.
I mean, it was one of those things where it didn't start out terrible, and as about 8 o'clock is when it started getting high, but when it got high, it came up real fast. It went from about ankle deep to knee deep in no time, and it just really bad. And then overnight, it progressed a lot higher. The basement of the house I live in was almost completely underwater. Everything in it's gone. So, and it seems like talking to the neighbors, that seems to be how it's been for all of them. They all have water of some sort in there. There's been other people helping pump out. We're pumping out our basement, so, and just kind of cleaning up the best we can before it rains again.
Right, before it rains again. Yeah, so talk to me just a little bit about that before we start talking about what we're seeing behind us here. How are you preparing ahead of tonight?
Well, right now we're just kind of getting stuff together in case we have to leave. We're hoping we don't have to. We're hoping that last night was the worst of it, but you never know with the way the flooding has been. Just kind of prepared for the worst and hope for the best.
Prepare for the worst, hope for the best. That's a good way to think about it as we make our way over here. Though, let's talk about what we're seeing. You know, you said you've been in this home for roughly 10 years, yeah. And this is probably some of the worst you've seen.
This is definitely the worst since I've been here. It definitely got the highest. That white van down there is actually somebody that drove through it and realized they couldn't get out and just left it. And
so that right there is a stranded car.
Yeah.
That white van is a stranded car, someone coming down this road, Mill Street, and realizing they're essentially stuck.
Yeah, and actually I was out with my dad moving some stuff, and the fire department actually came and did a water rescue. I think there was 4 people down here on Hazel that they got out. Me and my dad were thinking that they were coming for us because it was, we were in the water, but no, they asked us if we were fine. We were, because we were over in the dry parking lot. But I mean, in general, just living here anyway, even these streets flood really quick, and people don't pay attention, or they just think they can get through it and they get stuck, or eventually get so far and then realize they have to turn around the best they can, and sometimes it's too late.
Right, turn around, don't drown, right? We say that all the time, and it's so true because you don't want to be in that situation. I mean, look how high up that water is. I wonder, I'm going to go over there later so I can give you an idea and show you just exactly how high up that is. But even from where we're standing, that's incredible.
Yeah, and that's actually one of the areas that always floods first anyway, but it's probably, I'd say, mid to mid-calf depth, maybe a little deeper. I know this morning, this street here in front of the house, off the curb was about knee deep, and now it's not bad, but it goes quick and the current goes fast. So, and
speaking of, yeah, so you're pointing right over here.
Yeah.
I was just about to say, let's show this really quick. So that is a hose coming out of your basement right now. Tell us, how long have you had that going for?
Probably about an hour and a half.
Hour and a half of steady water coming out of there.
Yeah, and it was just one of those things where one of the windows got pushed open, so more water came in than would typically come in, and some pumps just kind of couldn't keep up, and now having to use a gas-powered pump to get it out. So it's working though, so that's the good thing.
It's working. Okay, that's good. That's good to hear. But you're also talking about what happens next after this, right? So you're getting all this water out of there, but then comes, once the water is out, actually cleaning out the space.
Yeah. It's going to be a lot of cleanup. There's pretty much anything that's down there is no good. Washer, dryer, we have freezer that was full of food. That's no good at this point. It's going to turn into, cleaning it up and then trying to replace stuff as you can. I mean, Luckily, there was nothing down there was stuff that couldn't be replaced. I mean, we don't keep stuff down there because it does flood that we can't replace.
We actually spoke with a renovation expert today, talking about specifically this area. He told us that it's very common for Manheim Borough, for this area, and a lot of people keep their basements unfinished because of that. And it's something that you guys often have to deal with.
Yeah, ours isn't finished, but it's done up to where actually we have French drains that keep the water down. Like I said, this time it was a window coming open, just couldn't stop it. Also, the sewer lines start backing up and pretty quickly, because that's the one thing people don't realize is a lot of this water you're actually dealing with. Some of it's sewage, so it's not stuff you want to go play in. You don't want to really have to walk in it if you don't have to. It's not, it. And then the other thing is again, when people are out in the water, the currents, like our yard, when it first starts, it's so fast. It's easy with all the debris and stuff. It could knock you over, and then you're dealing with that too. And it's like it's not fun.
No, it's not. It's not. And even just looking at it right now, there's obviously, as you can see, a lot of water still going out there. So it's going to be, even just from the looks of it now, a lot of recovery.
Yeah.
So, and the last thing I want to touch on here, you told me a little bit earlier, is that you and your family are actually packing bags right now to prepare for tonight.
Yeah.
So, do you want to talk to us a little bit about that?
I mean, it's just, precaution in case you do have to leave. I mean, there's, sometimes you have, just grab what you need. Don't take what more than you need. I mean, we're hoping we don't need to leave, but, we have everything ready, medications, any health devices that we need, clothing. I mean, biggest issue is we have quite a few pets that, you kind of have to wonder about, and some of them are not types that you're going to move, but you just kind of, that, and some of them you just got to move them to higher ground so they're safe and they don't have issues with the water, and you do the best you can. You kind of create an emergency plan. You should have one to begin with, but sometimes that doesn't help. It happens so quick that you can't prepare quite as well as you want.
Sure, absolutely.
So.
Well, thank you very much for your time. I'm so sorry to see all of this, and good luck with everything tonight. Stay safe.
Yep.
Real quick before we go here, I'm going to just walk back into the water. I've got my rain boots on, so we're staying safe here. But I want to show you exactly how deep this water is here. Again, we're on Mill Street in Manheim Borough. There's a bunch of other locations around here, and we'll make sure to show you that later so you can really see how affected this area is. But I'm just walking back here right now. Already, I'm able to kind of swish around the water here. It's definitely getting deep. But again, this car here was stranded because they just couldn't go anywhere. You can see all the dirt just building up on the sidewalk here. Neighbors are out here trying to get the waters out as well. It's nice and loud. But, I mean, my whole foot is covered right now. Completely. I mean, it is past my ankles at this point. You can see it's up to of the tire. I don't know what's in this water. That's another thing. Be super careful when it comes to these locations. All right, I'm not going to even see my feet anymore. And I'm not even full weight in. So, guys, an understanding of how, oh gosh, oh goodness, okay, how bad this situation really is here. So, those of you who are in this area, around this area, and are dealing with a similar thing, just be super careful. Make sure that you're cleaning out everything. And also that you contact help if you need it. There are so many renovation companies that are able to come help and clean out. Or if you're like Matt and are doing it yourself, make sure that you're covered in PPE or covered head to toe. Got long pants on and boots. Make sure you're wearing gloves so that you're making sure you are all safe in this kind of environment here. I'm going to give you one last look at what's happening over here, and we'll show you the pump one more time as well to give you guys a last look. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you later tonight at 5, 5:30, and 6 o'clock. Stay safe, everybody.